how to influence your specific person's thoughts. This is a video request, so be sure to listen to it all the way to the end so you will fully understand how you can influence anyone's thoughts and how you are already doing it. Hello everyone, my name is Sylvia. I am a manifesting coach and I have one-on-one coaching and email coaching available. The links are down below. They are filling up faster and faster though, so be sure to make decision fast if you are thinking that this is for you. So guys, before I start, I wanted to thank you so much for the amazing comments that I'm getting about my teaching, about the quality of my teaching on my channel here, but also through messages and emails. This is really almost overwhelming. I mean, I've got comments that are out of this world. And what's interesting is that if you look at my channel subscriber amount, what the 3D shows you, it's pretty low, right? It's probably one of the lowest amount of subscribers of the channels that change people's lives. And I know that the channel is still new. But you know what this taught me? It taught me that even this means nothing because after all, the number that you see, it's just a 3D stuff. It's nothing. It's wind. It's a shadow. Because frankly, because of this little channel, I've got clients from all over the world and I have got the most amazing comments. For example, comparing my teaching with teachings of very famous coaches and telling me that my teaching is so much better. So all I can say is I'm not saying this to brag because really when you live practicing manifesting like I do, you do not need to brag. You don't even care about bragging about anything. I'm telling you this to show you that what you see in the 3D world is nothing. It really means nothing and that you should not pay attention to it. A good way to show you this is for you to look at the number of subscribers that you see here on 3D World. But if I compare this to the success that I have had so far with that little channel, it really shows me that 3D World, and it should show you, that's why I'm telling you, that 3D World is really not to pay attention to. So anyhow, just wanted to say that and also take this opportunity to thank you guys. You are absolutely amazing. You rock. So without further ado, let's go into the theme of the video. So how to influence your specific person's thoughts? Well, you need to remember, first of all, that you are always influencing everyone that you meet, anyone that has anything to do with you. You are always influencing people's thoughts about you. And that's what we call everyone pushed out. You are everyone pushed out means that you are influencing people to think about you a certain way. So, how does that work? As I mentioned in the video that I'm linking up there, the world is a mirror of you. The world is a mirror of each and every one of us. So our world, for each and every one of us, our world reflects what's going on inside us. And what's in the world? Well, a lot of people, right? And those people, that's why we're saying that free will is an illusion, because those people that are going to be in front of you, that you are going to manifest at work, as neighbors, as specific person, as family members, all those people you have manifested in your life, in your 3D world, first of all, because you created them with your thoughts. Those people, they have no choice but reflecting what you think about yourself, what you think about the world in general, what you think about people in general. But one thing that it's not about, though, it's what they think about you on their own. Because you know what? On their own, they're not thinking anything about you. They can only think about you what you want them to think about you, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, but that's when I started waking up, that's something that I noticed very quickly. Because, for example, in my life, I almost never met anyone in the past that would not stab me in the back eventually in one way or another, or abandon me, or disappoint me, or whatever. Something of that nature. That was the type of people that I manifested for years. And I did not understand why. So, like almost everybody in this world that doesn't understand about manifesting, I thought I was this poor victim, that just was so unlucky that everyone I met, except for my own mother, everyone I met disappointed me in one way or another, and the pattern was basically they would just drop me, let me down, abandon me, or stab me in the back. But then, of course, because I was searching for answers and I started discovering the law of attraction and later on Neville Goddard and his world of manifestation, then I fully understood that I was creating those people based on my own beliefs about myself. So, because of two specific dramatic events that happened to me when I was a child, I created a life based on that subconscious programming, which was definitely not serving me. But I'm not the only one, okay? Most of us, that's the type of subconscious mind programming that we have in one way or another. But we have some type of subconscious programming that is really not serving us. And based on it, so whether you have a subconscious mind programming that's serving you or that's not serving you, you are going to manifest the type of people that are going to match your subconscious mind programming. But even more than that, you are able to change any type of personalities according to your subconscious mind programming. Because, for example, I have met some people that were angels for some other people that I knew, and that same person was evil to me. So, this is proof that, again, we don't have any free will, because the same person can have multiple personalities, and that is depending on who they are dealing with. So that again, it shows you that, first of all, we are definitely everyone pushed out, and second of all, that we also live in parallel realities. And you can see, I have seen it with my own eyes, at least two different realities in just one person. So why am I telling you all that? Well, because it's a must that you understand the basics of you are everyone pushed out and how people react towards you based on what you think about yourself and about them. It's vital that you understand that to understand what to do to influence your specific person thoughts. So, your specific person, just like anyone else, just like the rest of the world, they are you pushed out. And another thing that most people tend to forget, because this is not something that we learn as children, for example, is that if we are everyone pushed out, it's also because we are all one. And a lot of times when you have questions like this, how can I influence my specific person thoughts? The first thing that pops up in your mind is that that person is separated from you. Because you would never say, how can I influence my own thoughts, right? So if you're asking how you can influence anyone's thoughts, your specific person, your parents, your siblings, your friends, anyone, your neighbors, it's because you feel that you are separated from them. So the first thing you must remember that, and that's going to help you in every area of your life, is to remember that you are one with other people. They are not separated from you. We are not separated from anyone. And that's the very reason why Neville Goddard said that we are the world pushed out. And if you are right now waiting for your SP, your specific person, to contact you because you have done your imaginal work of being with them, living in the end with them, meaning being in a relationship with them, having kids with them, being married to them, whatever. And by the way, if you want to control your specific person thoughts and you haven't imagined your end scene, whether you don't have to do sets, okay? You don't have to do it before you fall asleep at night. But you need to have your imaginal scene in your head, in your heart. You need to believe in that imaginal end scene, you and that person being together already. And when I say scenes, it could be many scenes, okay? Not just one scene. The goal is that you need to have it in your mind and heart that you are with that person. And that's what those scenes, imaginal work are all about. It's to help you assume that you are already living with your specific person. Once you have done that, then you can play around with controlling their thoughts. But if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't imagined the end, you being with them, I don't care if it's on your wedding day or 10 years after your wedding, you being with them, your final goal is being with them, right? So this is the first thing you need to be concerned about before you are concerned about controlling their every thought. So be sure, first of all, to have your end scene down, okay? To know that you are together, that you are fully assuming that in your mind and heart, and that you are therefore living in the end. Once you've done that, then you can play around with controlling the thoughts of your specific person. And that's what we're going to talk about now. So the best way to start to influence the way your specific person thinks about you is to remember that they can only think about you what you think about yourself, and what you think about them, and what you think about them thinking of you. All right, remember those three things. What do I think about myself? What do I think about them? And what do I think about them thinking about me? So first of all, you need to be concerned about what you think about you. The reason why you hear in so many places that you need to work on your self-love, it's because it's pretty much where everything comes from, okay? Because the way you think about yourself is going to be based on how much you love yourself or how much you hate yourself. That's basically it, okay? So it's going to influence not only what you think about yourself, but it's going to influence what you think that people think about you as well, okay? So working on your self-love is super duper important, okay? I have a client who told me just a few days ago how much focusing on self-love alone helped them tremendously make a shift about many different areas of their lives. So don't ever take this for granted. Even if you see ridiculous posts sometimes on Facebook groups that you don't need to love yourself, well, that's fine. If you don't need to love yourself, go ahead, don't love yourself. But if you do, trust me, if you do love yourself, your world is going to change. There isn't the shadow of a doubt about that. So, first thing you need to do to influence your specific person thoughts is adore yourself, love yourself. I mean, really. You should affirm every day how much you love yourself. And as you do, you need to feel it as well, obviously. Because if you keep saying, I love myself, and you think about how much you hate yourself, that's not going to be working very well. You need to really develop that love for yourself. Learn how to love yourself. Learn what it is to love yourself. There are some very good guided meditation for that. I have myself a guided meditation that I will link up there for you to learn how to love yourself. And that alone is going to influence people's thoughts around you. And once you see that, you know that even if you don't see your specific person right now, when you start seeing people acting differently towards you, you will know that your specific person is also feeling that. And you will know that they are already thinking differently about you. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you would be influencing your specific person's thoughts just by doing this alone, which is loving yourself. Because let me give you some advice from experience here. If you don't love yourself, if you have a very low self-esteem about yourself, just like I used to be, I know exactly what your specific person is thinking about you right now. But I also know what loving yourself will make a specific person think about you. Because when it comes to my current specific person, the one that I met once I had already learned about loving myself, well, I was hearing stuff from him that I had never ever in my whole life heard before. And let me tell you, I had quite some experience of how people act towards you, specifically specific person, when you don't love yourself compared to when you do. Now, another thing that you should do if you want to influence the thoughts of your specific person is to think of them thinking of you. So, let's say you imagine them being sitting down on their sofa. If you know their house, you can totally imagine them sitting down in a specific spot in their house and think of them thinking about you. So basically, visualize them thinking about you. If you are more of an audio person, think about them telling you something in their own mind. Use your imagination. Think of them thinking of you all the time. First thing when they wake up in the morning, last thing when they go to bed, when they're under the shower, when they're driving, when they're working. I mean, your imagination is the limit, okay? As long as you can imagine scenes, whether you hear them, whether you see them. Imagine scenes where you see your person thinking about you. And you can add affirmations. You can create affirmations. My person is thinking about me all the time. I can stop thinking about how my person is thinking about me every single minute of every day. I know that my person cannot even breathe without thinking about me. You can go on and on and on until you fully believe that you have no doubt left, that there is no way on earth that your person couldn't think about you right now. So, guys, there you have it. This is how you influence your specific person into thinking about you. First of all, you love yourself. And as soon as you truly love yourself, people feel that, and your person is going to feel love towards you. And second of all, you control their thoughts by using your imagination like anything you want to manifest. So you are thinking of them thinking about you. And you will see that you are going to influence your person's thoughts. That's what I have been doing. So I'm just talking to you from experience here. I'm not just talking about some theories. I'm talking to you about what I have practiced myself. But just one more thing here. If you do this from a lack mentality, from a needy mentality, this is not going to work your way. In order for this to work, you need to be fully convinced that you are worth it. And that's why the loving yourself first is absolutely a must. Because if you do the second part I'm talking about here without loving yourself first, this is not going to work. And the reason it doesn't work is that if you don't have a healthy self esteem, you can't possibly imagine people thinking marvelous things about you. But if you do the work, you are going to be able to prove it to yourself that you can influence your specific person's thoughts. And once you're able to prove that to yourself, you will have no doubt left. I know I have proven to myself many times that I can influence my person's thoughts and behavior. So I have zero doubt about it. So whatever I do, you can do it because as long as you are a human being, you can do it. So anyhow, this video was way too long already, so I'm going to stop here. I hope this really helped you understand how you can, from the inside out, influence your specific person's thoughts. If you like the video, please like the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and share the video as well. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.